Now, ladies and gentlemen, here it is finally, guys, the Batman review, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, was this an incredible movie experience? Huge experience, guys.
Surprising, shocking.
Let's get right to it, guys. We're gonna talk movies, guys. Stay tuned. Tape marker, the Batman review, guys. No spoilers. A vengeance. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that cat lady Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys, who bring the movie world right into your ears and devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it. Without a further ado, my number one anticipated movie of the year, ladies and gentlemen, my number one movie of the year is The Batman. Now that it's finally come out, what an experience this movie really was as far as emotional grasp. You know, it feels like you're in an Arkham game, and everyone that has played the Arkham Knight game, it feels like that, and it feels so real. It carries you out in this movie into this Gotham world that's so dark and gritty, and it's just so emotional, so much emotions. It's very dark, and I could see why too. I know we talked about it off camera. We could see why critics would not like it, and we could see why critics will love it at the same time.
It's definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna put this out there. I really enjoyed this.
Yes,
we really enjoyed this. Not everyone's gonna enjoy it.
Exactly, and that's the fact of the matter, is that if you're going in with like hoping that it has a good superhero send off, it does not, guys.
It is not.
That's not this type of movie here, and neither did I expect that, because going into this movie, into this movie, I already knew, like, hey, we get this from the trailer, we get the tone, we get the vibes, we get how dark and how just emotional this Batman is, and like she's just trying to make it right. I mean, he's on year 2 of being the Batman, and it hasn't been that much, and he's really just striving just to be the best Batman that he can be, that he's known right now. He's in the early stages of his life as the Batman, as his Batman career. You know, so I really enjoyed the shots. God, the movie was shot so beautifully done. Like, it's just perfect. I love the shots. Matt Reeves did a really great job on that. And then another thing too is that this is a different side of Gotham / Batman movie we've ever seen in the Batman universe, because in the past movies we've always known someone knowing Batman, or like even in the Michael Keaton movie, they knew who Batman was. Oh, that's Batman. That's what is that, or whatever. And even in the Christian Bale one,
yeah, but even then, I guess he had more of like and it could be because he, like you say, is fairly young into his Batman career. A lot of people didn't like him in this role. Like, it was a lot of like negative criticism towards him being a vigilante, which was surprising, because in every single Batman movie, he's kind of revered of like cooperating with the police, helping the police. People like him, the police like him, and in this one, that wasn't the case.
And that's the thing too, is that like everyone's just like, who are you? Like, no one knows. We never gone to a Batman movie where pretty much the majority of Gotham City really has just heard of him, not seen him, and don't know who he is.
And it's not so much they just don't know who he is, but like everyone just fears him because they don't, like you say, don't know who he is, or maybe what he stands for. What's his purpose? Yeah,
they just don't know. They don't know anything.
And everybody's afraid of him, just everybody. So that was really interesting take for them to set it up like that in this Gotham universe. It was really interesting to see that, because it's different than what we've seen.
There's so much story in here. It makes so sense. It's hard because I could see why Matt Reeves had trouble with this runtime, and a lot of people are going to complain about this runtime. Let's be honest, guys. To make a good story, a good setup story, because this is a perfect start of Batman origin story. It's just so beautifully done, and it's hard because like if I try to go back to this movie and just like, we could take this little piece out, but then you're missing the context of the whole concept of the movie.
That's the big play. Is I agree with you. It's shot beautifully, but there's all these hidden little intertwined things that just go together. Like you said, if you were you take it out, you take a certain scene out, you take a certain something out, character, or what have you, it won't make sense. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like as long as it was definitely a 3-hour long time, it explained and set up so much. Especially if there were going to be continuing Batmans, which I would like to see. Yeah, definitely. It does a really good job of setting up this universe, this Batman.
Yeah.
Even other characters as well, kind of setting up where they came from and how they became who we know them they are today. But I didn't have a problem with the runtime. I didn't.
Yeah, me neither. It was great.
Only because it had all those little details that needed to have been said and seen and everything.
Even details in Gotham City, like they're so detailed. Everything just seemed... We got way more Gotham shots than in any Batman movie, I'll be honest here. There's so many different Gotham shots where we see the orphanage, where we see Bruce Wayne, or Bruce Wayne's manor. And we really didn't say Bruce Wayne manor. We saw the tower, which was really cool. I know you said you had a problem with that when it was too dark and gritty.
So that was my whole thing. There's obviously it's not a perfect film, like you say. There's things we have problems with. For me, it was the tower where Bruce inhabited. It's just so dark. Yeah. And I didn't agree with it. Not just like old fashioned, but just dark in general. And I don't know.
Yeah. For me, it was him not responding to people, and we saw that in the trailer. And where he's like saying hi,
like
and again, he's just he's not a social person. That's understandable, but it's like just.
For me, I understand it. Yeah. I understand because I'm not a social person.
I just thought, I was like, man, this this Bruce Wayne is a prick. I'm all like, yeah. But obviously we don't get that vibes out of it. It's just that small little details in there that I saw it and I was like, okay, I already passed it because this movie's so great. It's so real. It's so good. But again, once again, I've always said it in the past, there's not a perfect movie unless it's perfect for you. And if it is perfect for you, that's awesome. Tell us why. Maybe you did not like this movie. Tell us why in the comments down below. Maybe you hated it, or maybe you just loved it as much as we did.
So my question to you is, so now we got the setup of Batman and all that stuff. How did you like the villain in this story? So
the villain in this story, the Riddler and everything, how it was set up. It was set up just like the Arkham game. And God, that was brilliant, man. I loved it. I loved the way the setup. Again, in the opening of this movie, guys, you really have to pay attention and get sucked into this Gotham world because you're like, wait, what's going on? You kind of, and to be honest, I can see where people are saying that, but once you pay attention further in the story, don't worry, stay in. There's a lot of story to be told here, and it's going to be told very well, guys, and it's very detailed in that context to where it's everything from the trails, from all the riddles. It's so beautifully done. It climaxes up to the perfect ending, I would say, and that's the thing too. The ending for this movie, we're not going to mention it. The ending for this movie is so different. It's not a superhero ending. This has got to be the not even a superhero ending ever in the history of movies, because it's not a superhero ending.
It's not, but I could see where the view of Batman changes from the beginning to the end. And I like
huge
that.
Character development here, guys. Huge character development.
Not just like with Bruce and Batman, but like as Gotham in general. And so I really so I gotta give a shout out to Paul Dano. He did a really good job as the Riddler. I really liked him. Stellar performance. Same thing.
Penguin.
Oswald, the Penguin. He
was good. God, that was brilliant. Peter Skarsgård was brilliant in here too. We also got that one Falcone. He's from Transformers. He was
John
great.
Turturro, I think.
He was so brilliant in here. I mean, dude, and then Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey
Wright was so done very well.
That was another thing too. So like we saw all these kind of A-list actors cast, and then it wasn't just one villain per se. It was all these different bad guys, if you will. And I know sometimes it could be a bit of a problem with too many characters at once, but it didn't feel that way. I don't know if it was because of the length of the movie. Each had their own scenes and each had their own story. It was done very well, introducing them and then like their backstory and then what happened. Because it's all, like you say, it's a lot to cram in 3 hours.
So Selena Kyle in this, she's just so, she was so pure great. She was amazing in that scene with her and Robert, where it's so intimate. And that is just brilliant comic book genius right there. It's so good. It's so done very well. And that's really just the pages off the comic book just went onto the screen. So yeah, I love that. Did you like Zoe Kravitz? Did you like all the cats in this movie?
Yes, I did. So I really enjoyed her performance. I thought she was great. I really liked her chemistry with Robert Pattinson. I think they did really well as like a duo. I liked the scenes with them together. I liked the scenes with them separately. I overall enjoyed her as Catwoman. I really liked it. Again, with most of the cast, or pretty much all the cast, really, I enjoyed their roles. I enjoyed everyone and what they did.
Exactly.
Even Robert Pattinson as Batman. I know you had some kind of like, he wasn't a great...
Just Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, sure. Yeah. But I was a little skeptical. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the last Batman, Ben Affleck, I'm sorry, didn't do as well. So I was a little hesitant going in. But that's just my opinion. I think Robert Pattinson did a really good job. I have only ever seen him in Twilight and The Lighthouse. I really haven't seen a lot of his other work. You tell me he's great all the time. And I got to see it. I really got to see it. Yeah. So I'm pleasantly surprised by his performance. We saw him a little bit in
Tenet, though. You always forget Tenet. He's in there. But he's not a major role, but he's in there. And it still makes sense because it just, it's crazy how everyone talks so much smack about Robert Pattinson, and now coming out of the theater, audience reactions, everyone seemed to have loved it, seemed to have enjoyed this movie. So I'm really excited to see where this movie goes from now, and if it's going to hit that box office numbers that I hope it does. This is really a great Batman movie, which shows so much realism into the Gothamness, into just the whole Gotham aspect of it. Because we got so much Gotham, we got so much realism here, where Batman gets beaten the crap out of, which we never seen. This is the Batman we will never see, guys, because this is not just a superhero movie. This is him just figuring out himself. This is him trying to figure out, am I good enough for Gotham? That's what he's trying to do.
And also, I really like you say, it's because of his early years. He is so smart. We've always seen when Batman's older that he is super smart at figuring out everything. And we're seeing that. He's so smart, and he's just a few years into being Batman. I can't wait to see what he brings.
Well, not even that, though. It just feels like he wasn't. Like, that's the thing, too, because he had Alfred do some of the stuff. Like, not spoiling it, sorry, but it's like,
Which reminds me, I don't feel Andy Serkis had enough screen time as Alfred.
Yeah, Andy Serkis as Alfred, we really don't know. I mean, if anyone asked me, is this the chemistry between him and Robert was good?
That really sold me on their chemistry together.
Okay.
I believe they did good together.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see more of him. And because Andy Serkis is just a phenomenal actor. He's done so much, but he didn't have enough screen time. Now, was his character would have fit in if he had more screen time? I don't know.
Yeah.
But me personally, loving Andy Serkis, I just wanted to see more of him.
Definitely,
and I didn't get that.
Was this the film that we deserved? Yes, definitely, guys. This is definitely the movie that we deserved. Rate 1 out of 10, Angela. What are you going to give this movie? 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. I'm going to give it a 9.8. I'm going to give it a 9.8. It's almost a 10. It's just the small little details here and there.
I don't know if the movie will ever be a 10 for you.
No. I think BVS will be my 10. That's my 10. Batman versus Superman, and then Gal Gadot.
I will disagree with you on that.
Okay, that was my number. That was my 10.
And I'm telling you, it's the scene where it's the Martha scene. That throws me for a loop every time. Me personally, I give this an 8 because I really enjoyed it. All the cast was stellar. I would see it again, even though it is a little bit longer runtime. It didn't feel like dragging at any point. I really liked the shots. I really liked, the story. It was, so much story. So I give it a solid 8. Actually, no, I'm going to rise at 8.5.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. If you have not already, put on comments down below. Let us know what you thought of the Batman. If you thought it was vengeance enough for you guys, put on the comments down below if you enjoyed this movie or you just hated it. Let us know in the comments down below as well. Because here's the thing, guys. This is not a kid-friendly movie, I would say, and that's the thing too, because a lot of people are saying this is not. It doesn't really hit the ages of little kids. I would say it's
I don't
definitely
think small kids would enjoy this.
It's definitely an adult Batman, I would say, or teenager Batman, teenage to adulthood Batman. That's more appropriate for this. It's just my preference, or just what I got out of watching this movie, guys. But hey, give this movie a chance, guys. The Batman #1 anticipated movie of the year. Give this movie a chance, and thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela,
and this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.